Hey guys, Harley Moon back with you again. Got a little treat today. Mr. McStash had put on a thing about Mothman, and I thought, well, he did the Mothman. I'm going to do Maggie's Bridge. Maggie's Bridge is a little bridge here in Delaware, and I'm on my way there now. Kick you back in whenever we get to that point. Let you know what's going on and see if I see anything. Woo-hoo. You know, I don't think I'll see the Mothman, but Mr. McStash said he could see it. Oh well, shout out to Mr. McStash. He's kind of a new vlogger. I'll put his thing up somewhere over here and let you guys go check him out. Give him some love. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. We're at Maggie's Bridge in Woodland, Delaware. It's one of the most haunted areas in Delaware as far as the little bridge goes. And the story goes, and I'll go back over the whole story because I think I screwed it up and didn't have it recording when I did, was that Maggie Bloxham was coming down this road, and she was riding a horse and carriage. This is back in the late 1800s. And yeah, I'm fine. No problem. Just keep going. Stopping to see what I was doing, I guess. But anyway, she was coming down this road, and as she started across this bridge, the horse spooked, and her carriage went over the rail. And when it went over the rail, she went over with it and was decapitated. And I assume she was pregnant at the time, too. Stories say that she was. But it was a horrific accident, of course. And, of course, that's when the ghosts and goblins come out and get all scary and stuff, you know. But anyway, you're supposed to come down here to the bridge between the witching hour of 1 o'clock, or midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. And even more so on the next blue moon, which our next blue moon won't be to October 31st of 2020. We just had one back in May of 2018, and or 2019, I'm sorry. And anyway, the story goes, if you come down here and hold your hands over the bridge, and you holler, Maggie, 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 I got your baby. Now, she may come out today since I'm doing this, I don't know. And when you do that, you may hear horse hooves coming down the road. So far, I don't hear none, so that's a good thing, I guess. And then if you do it again, say, Maggie, 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 I have your baby. Then you might see a dark, shadowy figure coming down the road. Now, this probably more happening at night between the witching hours, of course. But they say that these hauntings can be seen daytime, nighttime, anytime. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference. So the third time you say that, Maggie, 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 I got your baby, you may see her come out of the woods here somewhere, holding her head in her hands and wanting you to reconnect her head to make her laugh again. So kind of interesting history behind it. This is back in the late 1800s, I guess. And, you know, Delaware's got a pretty good history of phenomenons and hauntings. We have the governor's mansion in Dover that's supposedly haunted. They won't even let people up in the second story because of all the bad things that tend to happen when people go up there. Then they have Bennett's Pier Road next to Slaughter Beach. I think I can say that word because it is a beach up here in Delaware. That's another one that's kind of haunted. Supposedly there were some kids out there playing one night, and somebody assaulted the kids. This is back in the 1930s, I think they said. And they assaulted the kids, and the two of them died. And this was between Slaughter Beach and Bennett's Pier. And Bennett's Pier Road is a very small, narrow road. It's not a road that you'd want to go down and pass a car on because it's a one-lane road, period. Although people do go down through there and they'll have to edge over in the grass to get around. But that's kind of a spooky place too. Anyway, to go on with the story, I'm here. I found it, and I'm not really crazily impressed, but I do know that there's been people down here doing graffiti again since they've recovered the road. Anyway, getting on to a little more realistic looking stuff that I can show you. My neighbors were in Gettysburg one time, and they were on the battlefield up there during one of the recreations of the battles and stuff. And he was taking pictures up there of the statues and the monuments, and this was late at night. They had all the candles lit and all that stuff. And I'll put the picture up here, but if you look at it real close, now he says he didn't see this when he took the picture, but when they got home and looked at it, they found out, oh crap, look what I got on this picture. And if you look at that little red arrow, there appears to be a woman in period dress, and she's there. She's there in the ghostly figure that you can see. I mean, you can see the lights through her dress and everything, and there's no doubt that it looks like a woman in period dress. And so they took this photo to a shop to have it authenticated up there, because they got authentication shops for ghostly photos and stuff. And they authenticated it and said it was definitely a real picture of an apparition. And they entered it in a contest and won first place with it. Like I say, it's up here on my page, or it'll be in this video where you can see it. And I think you'll be impressed with what it was, too. And so far I haven't seen Maggie come out, but I do hear some noise in my earphones. I don't think she's causing that. Of course, they say the other thing that can happen down here is that, and I hope it'll start, is that you come down here on a bridge and you stop on the bridge, and your car might just stop. And then when you go to recrank it, it won't crank. And then if you put it in park and get out of the car might start moving on its own. Kind of spooky, Don't know what to tell you on that, but anyway, this is Maggie's Bridge, and I'm going to shut it off at this point and leave you with this beautiful view of a creek where Maggie supposedly passed away and was decapitated. So with that, guys, like my video, hit the subscribe button, and put me some comments down the bottom if you think things like this is real. I've never been a real believer in the phenomenons and life after death and all that. I guess I got to have some proof one day. One day I might get proof. More proof than I want, but anyway, take care, guys. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment in the bottom how you like this, and if you like it well enough, I may come out and do some more. You just never know. With that, I'm going to shut her down for a minute, and I'm going to get me a drink. I'm thirsty. So, bye-bye. I can see how this would be a spooky place at midnight. Very dark. I don't think there's any signs anywhere that says anything about the bridge. But this is it. Come on, baby. Light my fire. Yay!